Donald Trump is both physically and mentally deteriorating before our eyes. Physically, go zoom in on Donald Trump's hand right here and just see what it looks like. Take a look at Donald Trump from this shot of his back. I mean, he's literally just wanders and waddles over to the press and then just starts talking about gigantic poles that he's putting on the north and south lawn of the White House, and he makes posts about that. Then he's been making posts like this one right here, like a photo of a woman blowing bubbles that says, is anyone going to tell the GOP that Trump is the only reason they have any voters left? And one of the things that Donald Trump's been doing now is he has these humans as these props behind him, and he brings in like the Juventus football club and has them stand behind him in the White House, where he tries to bait them into saying anti-transgender stuff, or he'll have a group of construction workers behind him because he's talking about how they're building gigantic poles on the north and south lawn of the White House, and he'll trash the chairman of the Federal Reserve. And these construction workers, you'll see it on their face, they're like visibly like, you're calling the chairman of the Federal Reserve stupid in front of us? Like, look at this photo right here. You can literally see the guy in the crane like passing out, or either that or pretending to be asleep to avoid taking the photo with Donald Trump. I go back to sometimes, could you imagine if any other president just behaved in this grotesque way, right? It's grotesque. Here, let me just share this with you. So this is Donald Trump with the construction workers behind him. And you'll hear Trump attack the chairman of the Federal Reserve while the construction workers are like, what in the world are you talking about? Here, play this clip.
I'm in the book trying to get him to do something. I've been nice to him. I do it always. I don't know how to sell. I've been so nice to him, fellas, you wouldn't believe. Let's have dinner. Too late. I'd call him too late. Come on, too late. Let's have dinner. I do it every way in the book. I'm nasty. I'm nice. Nothing works. He's like just a stupid person. But I don't expect anything. Maybe he does a little bit.
And then he turns around to those same construction workers after also threatening war against Iran. And he says, are any of you illegals? Are any of you illegal immigrants? I'm going to find out if you're illegal. Here, watch this. Here, play this clip.
What they gave to us, fellas, they gave. Do we have anybody in here that's a member of the? No, I don't think so. You've known all these people for a long time. Any illegal immigrants in here now? If they were, they'll find out. Right? They'll be checking you. You won't believe it. Your whole life will be destroyed because of this press conference. Watch, they'll destroy these people. I didn't want to tell them that before this stood up. They'll end up being, he's a so-and-so. This one is from you know where. Don't worry. I think you're going to be okay. Sure. I'll be right behind you. Far behind you. I'll be right behind you.
So then Donald Trump goes into the Oval Office, and he's got the Juventus football club, for our American viewers, soccer. But the football club is standing behind him. And again, he's talking a lot about war in Iran. And it's like, why is the Juventus football club there? And then he turns around and starts talking about transgender for everyone. That's his phrase. He's like, Democrats want to make everybody transgender. Like, you all agree, right? You don't want women playing soccer. And you can see the Juventus football team and their managers like, don't bait us into saying anti-trans stuff. All right, so then Donald Trump on the tarmac this past week is asked this question. You know, your intelligence community says that Iran is incapable of getting a nuclear weapon. And Trump's like, who in my intelligence community said that? And the reporter's like, the head, the number one person, Tulsi Gabbard. And Trump's like, don't listen to her. Never listen to Tulsi. Here, just so you can see it for yourself. Here, play this clip.
They didn't do that.
What intelligence do you have that Iran is building a nuclear weapon? Your intelligence community has said they have no evidence that they are at this point.
Well, then my intelligence community is wrong. Who in the intelligence community said that?
Your director of national intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard.
She's wrong.
So Tulsi Gabbard is not allowed to communicate with Donald Trump now about anything relating to Iran. Similarly, Donald Trump is not talking to Pete Hegseth, his Secretary of Defense. So the Secretary of Defense and the DNI, the Director of National Intelligence, are not talking to Donald Trump. I mean, he is a mumbling, bumbling fool. I always want to try to get different perspectives of what goes down, here in the United States and frankly in our world. One of my favorite shows for doing that is the Alien Super Show. It's one of my favorite shows on the MeidasTouch network. I want you to see as the aliens talk about Trump escalating, war in the Middle East, Fox pumping up war in the Middle East and saying that maybe the U.S. should nuke Iran, Trump's disastrous dictator parade, and more. Let's play the clip. Take it away, aliens.
We need an expert on the ship. Gleep, let's get Alice Wetterlund.
Hey.
Calling. Hey.
You said her name and she appeared. Holy shit.
Amazing. Hey.
She has a telepathic link to the ship.
Yeah. We didn't even have to call her. Here she is.
Hi, aliens. I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here to help us wade through this week of just terrible news.
Well, I hopefully can help you out. Is the premise that you guys...
Yes.
Not the premise. I mean, is the reality that you guys need help?
Look, the ship literally doesn't have enough walls for you to break, so that you can't even do that.
It's rounded. Okay.
Well, you figured out our crafty little premise, Alice. Congratulations.
Yes.
All right.
All right, let's roll.
Let's roll this.
Let's roll, as they say in the tanks.
Welcome back to this special
Wow,
coverage.
when the screen background is more lit than the parade, the animated fireworks here are doing a lot of heavy lifting.
Adobe After Effects is really excited about this.
Lawrence, it's been an electric...
Are you not entertained?
How can it not be with the takes
I
behind
love
us?
that we're here with our people.
All 5 of them.
It would be funny to see the SpongeBob float just right behind the tank.
Better than a parade of people and things all designed not to be seen. They're all camo. It's like...
That's really true. Yeah.
It's an inconspicuous unspectacular.
I think a lot of the audience was actually in camo as well.
Yes.
That explains it.
It's an immersive parade.
They were all in bleacher camo so they could blend in with the
Yeah.
bleachers.
I mean, the audience for this was the, cosplaying camo crowd.
It's the J6ers, and now they've got tanks.
They immediately turn the tanks around and go toward the Capitol by instinct.
So, we forgot to take out the GPS from last time.
I think I left something in Nancy Pelosi's office.
Whenever you go into Nancy Pelosi's office on a J6, what you want to do is just leave something strategically and do an insurrection again.
Forgot my earrings.
It's my handkerchief from when I'm your shit on your walls. I left it.
So embarrassing.
She's like, okay, come back one time. All right, but I am going to bring 10,000 friends. I know.
Look at these major tanks waving to the crowd. When is any American get an opportunity to wave to a serviceman in a tank?
Other than when the Civil War begins.
Ironsides really led the way during
saluting and jacking you off at the same time.
And that was just the commander-in-chief saluting the troops yet again, Emily.
I just got caught waving to one of the guys. You guys, you cannot help but participate. I'm telling you, this is so incredible.
It's not Blue Man Group. You don't get to jump into the show.
It's giving Times Square ball drop energy.
Right, yes.
Any minute now.
Any minute now, we're going to bomb Tehran in 10, 9.
Have you ever worked a customer service job and there's that one overly gung-ho manager who's they walk in and you greet a customer hey, welcome. And they're like, can we just pump it up? And they're not happy until you're like, welcome! So insane. These people are you can tell the media training is it's probably more strict than the military itself.
Oh, yeah.
It's boom, boom, boom. You're excited. You're excited. They're so, this clip goes on and the girl is losing her mind.
Stop and give me 20 false claims.
Well, guys, here with us now is former Defense Intel Agency officer Rebecca Koffler. Rebecca, what are your thoughts tonight on the incredible symbolism and the messaging that we saw here tonight from the Commander-in-Chief on the Army's 250th birthday?
I am so excited, Emily, and
I feel so bad. This girl's wasted.
I know.
I know.
everybody. This is incredible.
I don't blame her. She's having the best time.
I am also very concerned about her title. You know those lobbyist groups that's like intelligence group or whatever? Or if she was like actually an intel officer. I'm genuinely unclear.
No, she's head of the CIA.
Yeah, she's like the CIA.
She's like, figure it out.
If you didn't have goosebumps at various points of the night, then something's wrong with you. Because whatever was the cost of...
What I call griff bumps.
That's what I call my erect penis.
Whatever was the cost of this...
$45 million?
It was worth every penny.
It was worth every penny.
All the talking points.
Every penny which has been discontinued. I love this. I love this so much.
The squeaks.
It's like that one wheel in a shopping cart.
It's kind of a bop, actually. It's like rhythmic.
Yeah.
Waste, fraud, and abuse of these roads.
Yeah, and so we are looking at a fabulous single file crowds there.
Yes, I was gonna say.
Impressively one deep.
Oh my God.
There are dozens of us.
Even the people driving the tanks don't look like they're having fun.
I can't imagine.
Wake up, you piece of shit. It's your birthday parade.
Come on, when are we going to be able to turn the military on citizens already?
This guy's playing Clash Kings or whatever. Shitty army game.
He just wants his kids back. And
there we go.
Sucking tank fumes.
Special thanks to our sponsor, Palantir.
Palantir.
Destroying the country from within.
Like the points to celebrate or show military strengths. It's like very weak to be like, welcome to the your worst nightmare, other nations. Like, who's knows?
Welcome back to the Tostitos Raining Hellfire Fiesta Parade.
The war in Iran, brought to you by Snickers. Satisfied?
Taste the rainbow. South Korea.
You've been answered questions about, do you believe the U.S. is moving closer to striking Iranian nuclear facilities? Where's your mindset on that?
I can't say that, right? You don't seriously think I'm going to answer that question? Will you strike the Iranian?
This has nothing to do with what he's saying, but why is the Secret Service a Devo cover band now? Like, why do we not? What is going on?
They're just begging to be green screened. They are asking for it. Just put Trump and Jeffrey Epstein on every one of them.
You don't know that I'm going to even do it. You don't know. I may do it. I may not do it.
I'm like Schrodinger's dick. I work or I don't work at the same time.
I might do it. I might not do it. What did you ask? Yeah.
What you're watching in real time is peace through strength, and Israel took an action out of self-defense.
Preemptive self-defense.
Israel attacked first, but you're not thinking fourth dimensionally.
We're playing 60 chess here.
One thing is clear, although he is the president of peace, he's made it very clear that people got to choose peace.
Declaring factually that Donald Trump is the president of peace is one of the most insane things that I've ever heard.
And that's an incontrovertible fact.
War is the ultimate olive branch.
It's like that Lennon song, give peace a chance or die.
Here's the bigger question. Wouldn't the world be better off if the Ayatollahs went away and replaced by something better?
Like a Ayatollah.
I would like if the Ayatollahs went away. I'm often, on many occasions, I have expressed my deepest dreams and aspirations that the Ayatollah would just fly far, far away.
When I recline on my veranda outside of my plantation, I see a shooting star at night.
Sipping on my sweet tea.
Sipping on my nice sugared up sweet tea. Could I make an Ayatollah go away, Mr. Shooting Star?
I just been practicing. It's a 3-chord progression, and it's sunrise morning when the Ayatollah fly away. It's like an actually really good singer, and it's like kind of arresting, and you're like, oh shit.
Let's close that chapter soon and start a new chapter in the Mideast, one of tolerance, hope, and peace.
Oh, we could use that here.
Pretty sure we've written this book before about trying to open new chapters in the Middle East, and it was not a good one.
Unfortunately, no one in the Republican Party reads. They just ask ChatGPT to summarize everything for them.
They can't read that either.
Yeah, that's true. Shorter.
Just say it out loud, not on flat.
Understand, we will rain heaven and hell on top of you until you submit.
Until you squeal like a pig.
And you know that I'm in a war mood because I've got my war hat on, and that's a key distinction. That's what you wear when you get hit by a cartoon mallet and you have a lump the size of like a ruler on the top of your head.
Gotta cover it up, yeah.
Here's the thing, like, there's nothing more discordant than the wool sport coat with the Stetson.
Yeah.
Like, I think either look is great. I'm not gonna, a man can wear a Stetson hat all day or a sport coat.
Yeah.
But nary the twain shall meet. I'm just saying.
Well, he couldn't even decide on one name. He had to go with Mark and Wayne.
So strange.
They wouldn't dare do this on Landman, or I've never watched any of those shows.
Landman.
Landman? Is that like Byclaw?
It's on Paramount,
No!
right? I know what you're talking about.
Of course it is.
I think now's the time. This is the historical moment, and we've got the right president. This is exactly the time to do it.
They're talking about it like it's getting tattoos. They're like, now's the time to do it.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said it. I was thinking the same thing.
You don't want to do it in late summer. Everybody goes out of town.
And the ending here would be a fabulous Middle East. Prosperity, bounty, energy.
Easy peasy.
Just look at the other shining examples in the region.
No notes.
If you don't know anything about the country. I didn't say I don't know anything about. Okay, what's the ethnic mix of Iran? They are Persians and predominantly Shia.
Good guesses.
Persian. Let's see. There was Prince of Persia. That was Assassin's Creed.
Look, obviously, there's Aladdin.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I know stuff.
How could you not know that?
Okay, well, what's the name of the parrot played by Gilbert Gottfried? You don't know that.
You're a senator who's calling for the overthrow of the government. You're the one who claims anything about the country. No, you don't know anything about the country.
No, you don't know anything about the country.
So crazy that he didn't know you don't.
This is like Frost Nixon for the most annoying voices.
Given the time we're having this conversation, do you have any thoughts on political violence? You know what happened in Minnesota recently.
Everyone talks about Minnesota, but they don't talk about the guy seems to be a leftist.
Do you buy that?
Everybody talks about the thing that happened, but so few people are talking about a thing I thought of that is fake. What?
Now, I'm not sure about that, by the way, from what I've seen. I think he voted for your dad and things like that from what I've seen.
I'll believe that when I see it.
He just showed it to you. Like, all you have to
I don't have object permanence. Sorry. I should have said that.
His eyes are closed even in this square.
Guy who was appointed by the Democrat governor, vice presidential candidate for the Democrat Party, Tim Walz.
You can hear John Jr. kind of being like, but this is what it really is. And it's like this kind of energy that's like, I know I'm lying.
Yeah.
I have to jump on this.
Gotta get it out.
I hear it.
Yep.
And then the people who buy it.
Well, they've done a lot of their own research.
What is the difference between provable fact in your brain and things that someone told you that you like?
I just know it. It just feels right.
You know how, like, a lot of what conservatives hate about liberals is that we're smug and, like, we're holier than thou, and we're like, yeah, because we understand history, or like, yeah, because we read.
Yeah, the premise of this show.
I understand how that can be seen as, like, sort of talking down to people, because it is. We're like, I am being condescending on purpose because
we're aliens literally looking down on Earth.
But people don't like to be condescended to, and I get that. But like, how do you think we feel on the left when they are smug and wrong?
Yeah.
Worse when you're smug and wrong.
Just making shit up.
Oh my God. Like, it's so much more frustrating.
Watching the framing that this is some sort of MAGA person, it's just so predictable at this point. It
is predictable.
And his roommate and best friend, known him since 4th grade, did say Bolter voted for Trump.
Well, everyone's calling him a Democrat. He's not a Democrat.
What a plant. George Soros paid this man.
He looks like he's talking to the news on the hottest day of the year in Ecuador.
This is what Minnesota's like. I'm from Minnesota. It is soup in the summer.
There's people, especially in America, they don't know what sex they are. Their sexual orientation, they're confused.
This is his evangelical...
No, this is him being a liberal.
Him being a leftist.
Republican Senator Mike Lee of Utah posted a surveillance photo writing, "This is what happens when Marxists don't get their way."
Do you regret your tweet?
Punch him. Jesus.
Do you have emotions in general?
Honestly, whenever I see these scrum, I'm always like, how intense is the impetus to trip him?
Yeah, trip him. Just trip him.
It's like walking and talking and holding stuff at the same time. It's like
plausible accident.
Who's to say?
Yep, totally.
No, I don't think they should do it.
Yeah.
You said this when asked about how to treat Gaza.
We nuked the Japanese twice in order to get unconditional surrender. That needs to be the same here.
What I was saying is that we didn't negotiate with evil in World War II.
If I had a news program, I would say, hey, let's not use words like evil, because we are adults. We're not talking about Thanos and like the forces at play. These are human beings making human actions and human mistakes and like human decisions. So let's like talk about the substance and not like this weird like there's evil there.
Nuking Gaza would be a terrible idea. The fallout would drift into Israel.
Yeah.
It would kill the hostages. The
Insane.
point that I was making, but you're not worried about
That is the most inhumane thing to say.
And I don't know why you suggested it. She's like, what? That was you.
My point is, we didn't sit down and go, oh no, civilians might die.
Where do they find these freaks?
Florida.
In the House of Representatives.
Like it's like a claw machine into the dome.
I believe the Palestinianism in Gaza is on a level of evil that we saw in Japan.
Imperialistic Gaza.
It sucks how much they've colonized me.
They won't stop until their open-air prisons taking over the world.
What's going on with this jackass?
What actual testosterone dude goes in and tries to braid Christine up? She's like the most delicate, beautiful, tiny woman.
Oh my God.
Somebody's been reading too much Fae erotica. Just the most like ethereal, like live, just like sort of sensual energy.
He tried to come in and tear her wings off.
She has incredibly weaponized barrel curls.
Like a Fae creature, Christine Nome is an old hag disguised by a very...
Oh shit!
I think that Christine Nome's security handled this in a very professional fashion.
They threw him to the ground!
It's very telling that she, like, during all of this coverage, no one has mentioned any actual occurrences.
Yeah.
He lunged at her.
Somebody wrote, like, in the comments of something like, well, he lunched at her.
He had one sandwich in his hand and his juice box.
We've been following the story of Trump Mobile, which is a new wireless phone service with unlimited talk, text, and data.
Unlimited. The better to surveil you, my dear.
The company is saying the device will be built in the U.S., but one analyst thinks it's more likely to be produced by a Chinese manufacturer.
Oh, so there's just like a very high chance it will never be made.
Yeah.
It's an AI rendering. It looks like shit.
I love this model. Definitely calling ICE on his neighbor.
Oh man, they really should use the Karen woman on the phone calling the police.
He looks like he's calling a woman, a liberal woman that he's trying to date, and then pretend talking online.
Bitch.
No, it's not about politics. I just like don't like whatever. Anyway, you're gross and ugly, and you should probably die.
We can do it cheaper, we can do it better, and eventually all the phones can be built in the United States of America.
It doesn't even have side view. Like I don't understand.
Yeah, it has no sides. It's just a front and back.
I have to say the coolest thing about, and I don't obviously want to buy one. I'm not pro-Trump or anything, but like it is a really cool technology that the phone, it's so light that it's just an idea.
Ideas change the world.
Instead of calling, having to call people, you can just have a conversation with them in your mind.
Yeah.
And also, Christy Nome can call us all in our heads anyway.
We have to bring manufacturing back here. And so
in about 2 weeks.
Our ethos is, build for Americans, by Americans.
FABA.
Monthly plans, $47 a month, which we kind of thought was fun and cool.
It's neither.
Unlimited call.
If only they had rolled this out when he was the 45th president. The savings.
All right. Well, that is everything.
Well, thank you for watching this week of terrible news with us, Alice.
I'm literally going into therapy right now.
Oh, man.
That's the best. That's the best.
Thank you.
Is there anything going on in your universe?
Well, I would just say watch the new season of Resident Alien if you can. The night it airs, that helps us. Tweet about it. Toot about it.
Yeah.
Truth about it. I know you're all on Truth Social.
Yeah.
And this is coming out when?
Saturday.
Okay, so if you are listening this Saturday and you live in Texas, come on out to Comic Palooza, where I'll be with Corey Reynolds, Alan Tudyk, and Sarah Tomko. If you're in the Houston area, you will also have missed me playing Punchline Houston on Friday. If you are listening to this and you were there, thanks for coming. Also my podcast Treks in the City, and I stream on Twitch Tuesdays and Fridays.
Yeah, we love the podcast.
Get on Twitch, the last uncensored platform.
It's very fun. We have a good time.
A platform that's not owned by a billionaire.
I keep trying to open up tabs on your shared screen.
Oh, she's in the mainframe. Hey, Gleep, get her out. She's hacking in.
Okay, you guys.
Thanks,
Thank
Alice.
you.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Bye.
That's why the 2 weeks is important.
Exactly.
Like the numbers in the Bible, 2 weeks is symbolic. It means not imminent, but soon. The fact of the matter is, it's true.
It is a little bit of like a biblical
It is true, but
allegory,
look,
the way he uses
the 2
it.
weeks.
Hey Humies, thanks for tuning in. If you like the show, help us invade your planet by subscribing to our YouTube channel or drop us a comment. We really love those. If you really like the show, subscribe to our Patreon where we share some bonus content. All right, okay, gotta go. Bye!